since I have streamed. It's had a very busy school time and stuff, but I'm back finally. Also, good evening or good morning or good night everyone, whatever time you have right now. There are quite a few updates about my channel, about my YouTube or my Genshin account, which I have to show you right now. But before that, let me edit the stream first. Or just, as you can see, I have level 90 Glee.
These bombs, so heavy.
I just did it for the lulz this once, because why the fuck not? I also built Hazel. I built Sayu. I built Sucrose. Then I also finished Noel. I am currently artifact-wise I finished Mika, and as you can see I also got him from the banner. I am currently busy with building Cookie. I finished Rosaria. I also got Miko's weapon. I got Raiden's weapon. I got Yolan's weapon. Then I also busy building with Yao Yao. I'm also almost finished with artifact was with Kazuha. He's missing only one AM goblet. And further I think he can pretty much reach 1k AM if I level him to the max. I'm pretty sure he does. What's next? Let's see. I have also bought quite a lot of new games which I'm planning to play on my YouTube channel. Let's see what's next. I got Alhaitham literally a few days ago, or weeks, I don't remember, since I had his weapon. Now only Xiao left, but further I'm just waiting for Fontaine. Then there I also had an accident. Well, accident. I went for Kave. I eventually got him like after 85 pulls or 90. Like it was hell. It was literal hell. But I got him. But what's funnier, I got more Ganyus in those pulls than got Kaves. Like it was like I got a C2 Ganyu now. Like I feel like a whale. Like I'm serious. I feel like a whale. Even though I'm just a dolphin. But I feel myself like a whale because I promised myself to never get limited constellations. And yet this fucking happens. Like, like what can I do about it? Like, come on. You can't be serious about this. Then what's going on in my collection? Yeah. Here's are all my 5-star weapons. This thing is waiting for Xiao, which I hopefully have what to get during the Liu and New Year, you know, in Genshin. A lot of level 80 weapons, as you can see. Currently working on the Moon Piercer, the Favonius Lance, the Layla's weapon, and all of these. I have not gotten Kirara, which is pain in the ass because I got her sword. It's a real pain in the ass. Then artifact-wise, I a bit fucked up with Mona, but hopefully I get a better flower next time. I did get an upgrade for Ryula, and it's the same with the Yulan. It's not a high crit value, but still, it is what it is. I also got this one for Xiao already prepared. It's not much, but it's honest work. What else? I gave this one to Nilu, since I'm gonna make her a Hydro DPS. And you know, it is pretty good. Since she has a crit rate, sword and crit damage circlet, it's already pretty good. I grinded Anemo artifacts recently, a few months ago for sure. Here is my Kazuhas, Fentis, Jin, Kazuha again, Jin again, Fenti, Kazuha, and here's the improved Kiching's artifacts. What else? Oh, and here is one more for Kazuha. So he's gonna be pretty dripped out, I'd say. I also starting doing Abyss, mostly till Sword 10.1 or 10.2 because I can't go any further because this shit is pure pain. But it's fine, I don't need to go any further. As you can see, I built my Sucrose, Hazo and Sayu. I have also pretty much today finished Mika's artifacts. I still need to get only 2 Noblesse pieces for Shenhe. See, only two pieces left, which are the most pain in the ass to get. Like, most fucking pain in the ass. And especially with good substats. My Zhongli is pretty much finished, artifact wise. Same goes for Ryula. Like, it doesn't look like much right now, but the physical damage bonus is quite big. I mean, it's around the same as my razors at the moment. Yeah, around the same. But the highest one with physical damage bonus is Rosaria. Like, look at this shit. 156%. 156%. You can make this up. Like, come on, bruh. It's insane. And that's just 4-star artifacts, eh? Imagine what could happen with 5 stars, eh? That's good enough for me, I'm just saying. Also, you saw the... If any of you saw the stream of MiHoYo recently, yesterday or 2 days ago, they leaked the Hydro Traveler. Like, shit's gonna be nuts. Luckily mine is level 90, so I'm fully prepared for whatever it is. And I'm also waiting for the Hydro Archon and Arlecchino. Those are my main targets. But I'm technically building only Kuki and Kokomi right now. Their artifacts are a literal pain in the ass. But I'm gonna do my best. Then I'm gonna be Dendro characters. If the Layla is technically also artifact wise built, and same goes for Dori. And they have a good EM. I said they have a good EM amount.
Ta-da!
Yeah, so I don't understand the hate for Dory in the community, like I really don't. Because she's the literal personification of MiHoYo. You know, she wants all the money. Like, this is funny actually. Like, I don't know why they hate her. But anyway, the point of the stream is that I gotta finish the Dehya's quest, which I started quite a while ago, and I did some parts already because, you know, I ran through it to the daily commissions or other quests intertwined with the Dehya story quest, so I had to do them to go further. So yeah, I don't know what part it is in right now, but probably the second or the third. I don't remember exactly. But let's go meet with Drunya's art. I also still don't have Dehya on my account, since she's also one of my main targets.
We're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble there.
I really want to have Dehya,
well,
and I still don't have her.
What did you come up with?
Actually, we are still investigating. It's just that we've discovered something strange.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
Something like that. Yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all. Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up?
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that. How should I put this?
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet. On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, "Dunyarzad, we're back!" So tell me, what happened?
Well?
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
The Master? You mean my father? Okay, I understand. Don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can. My father has been supplying goods to Dakan al-Akmar?
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade like them. Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story, and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
Huh? You mean you feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
Thank you for sharing all this information with me. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while. In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away and get lost.
You don't need any bodyguard, you have Dehya. She's the best bodyguard in the game.
There are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Dehya?
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beasts. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of Mora, so I just signed on.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought. I think I get what you're saying. You'd think none of this was a coincidence.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seemed strange or out of place. But There are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense. If my father had always been in contact with the Khan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dehya into our house.
You mean the goal all along was to get Dehya to be your bodyguard?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
So,
Yeah,
the
that's what
master
parents
was
do.
not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
You can change that.
Sorry we put all this on you so suddenly, Junior Zod.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
But
Hey,
is
as long as
that
you don't die.
really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same. However, the Homiyani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness. If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homiyani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
Dehya.
It's alright, Dehya. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Hey! It's still too early to give up hope! What was that thing about friendship again? Right, yeah, trust! You said that yourself, Dehya! Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the...
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people. In which case, my lady, could you ask the master to come out and have a chat with us?
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
Usual place? Oh, right!
Thank you for coming, sir. Please allow me to introduce these two. This is the Traveler, and next to him is his travel companion, Paimon.
Ah, yes. My daughter has mentioned them from time to time. It's a privilege to finally meet them in person. But we
Bro, you
may
look
skip
evil
over
as fuck.
pleasantries for now.
Right.
What is the important matter you wish to discuss with me today?
Well, we wanted to bring
I'm
this
not trying to
transaction
be,
record to your attention.
I was
There's
saying.
something on this record that we're all pretty curious about.
I'm not trying to say something, but you're really
so
evil.
That's what you found. Huh. Seems like I can't keep everything from you much longer.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. What I do know, though, Dehya, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount of anguish.
Wait, me?
Yes, I understand perfectly why you came to see me. And I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right thing. But knowledge always comes at a price. And sometimes, as they say, ignorance is bliss.
That's true.
Your father Kusela and I both believed that. Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but I must warn you, The facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing in the wind. If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
His heartfelt efforts? I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I follow. I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's support. I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight for. None of these things have anything to do with him.
This midriff.
I came here today to support you as the head of the Homiyani family. No warning will change my stance on that.
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, we were attacked by bandits. They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us their support. Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dekhan al-Ahmar. Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dekhan al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites? Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really? I never knew.
He said that he had no particular reason to help us. He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age. We started talking about our children, and I sensed that he was a devoted father. To repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time, and offered everyone generous remuneration.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door. The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of himself. He couldn't even walk anymore without his cane.
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all. He then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own. At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house. But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. How do you know a bodyguard won't come in handy one day? I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts, and in particular, a mercenary named Dehya.
So he was the one who recommended Dehya to you.
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks. He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life. If Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Dehya as my own daughter. And that's also why I tried to persuade
maybe
you
you're
to
not
stay
that
when you
evil.
asked for permission to leave. I was willing to spend
Maybe it's just
however
because
much
you
it
have the
took.
same face as this
Kusela saved my daughter and I all those years ago.
first
in the desert.
sage from the Ark of
never
Quest.
refuse
Maybe
him trusting his
because of
daughter
that
to
I
me.
think that he looks evil.
He was always like that, acting like he's oh so smart and self-righteous.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dehya's fees. I refused to take any more from him, but he'd always sent me funds anyway. Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until I received another letter from him a few years ago. The letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and even explosive materials.
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Dekhan al-Ahmar started becoming more aggressive?
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary. I wanted to meet him face to face to discuss things. But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, that thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had nobody else to turn to. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry. I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but I could not simply reject his plea for help. In the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just chose a solution that made me feel least guilty about myself.
If you can, please tell me where he is now. None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me from getting tangled up in his world. If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world in the first place.
Ouch.
No. Dehya, please don't feel that way.
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions. Another way? I don't know. I knew him, and he was nothing more than a childish brute. I can't understand what's going through his head. But I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasoning for these last few years.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone. I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade with some goods, I tried my best to avoid getting involved any further with him. However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary in the desert and is now a member of the Corps of 30. He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dekhan al-Ahmar's merchant caravan. I think he should know Kusela's whereabouts. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe you'll be able to find him there.
Understood. Thank you, sir. Then I guess this is bye for now, unless...
I'll stay and be with my father here. To be honest, I'm still a little dazed and haven't finished processing everything quite yet. My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I'm also not sure if there was a right way to handle this problem. I feel like our only course of action is to turn everything we know over to the Corps of 30 and let them render judgment.
Yes. I am prepared to accept whatever verdict they choose. It's time to face my mistakes.
Oh, this.
Time to act.
Hey, you fucker.
Huh? Who are you guys?
I know what you've been up to. Smuggling weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps? Pretty bold, if you ask me.
Shh. Keep your voice down. How do you know all that? Come with me. We should take this elsewhere. I'll be happy to talk things over once we're somewhere private. This place should do. Alright, back to my question. How did you all know about me?
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face once we report you to the Corps, I assume.
Wait. There's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out. What are your terms?
for you anyway, Mora?
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and Kusela took good care of me in the past. I waited in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor, but I could also make some quick Mora.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dekhan al-Akmar, and we're gonna put an end to their operations. If you provide some help for us, then we might just put in a good word later to reduce the terms of your punishment.
Hey, why don't we discuss this a little first? Listen, I
Bruh.
made quite a bit of more from my last run.
The talk no jutsu is gonna work, not gonna work on Dehya, okay?
Shut
It is not gonna work.
My patience is running out. You
See?
should know when a mercenary
It's not
is
gonna
after
work on me
something other
either.
than money.
So please don't try to talk no jutsu.
Alright, sheesh. But you gotta promise you'll put in some nice words for me later.
Did he really just said
Always on the
sheesh?
move.
Did he really just
Here's
said
the spot they
sheesh?
were at the last time I made my delivery to the desert.
Bruh. He
Feel
really
free
just
to go
said
have a look.
sheesh.
I'm just telling you though, it's not on me if they're not there anymore.
Sure. And then you can forget about any nice words from us.
Hey, come on. Now you're just being unreasonable.
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap? Don't forget, you're the one with no bargaining chips.
Alright, I get it. Why don't you go take a look, and if they're not there anymore, I'll try to figure out something else for you all.
Now that's more like it. Let's move.
And leave him behind.
You, try to stick around the city until we get back. You don't want us to call the folks from the Corps and have them drag you back to the city.
Yeah, well, usually those people will escape. Like, what the fuck will they stay in the place if we're gonna leave? Like, that wouldn't make any sense. I would run away if I were him. Ah, so far away, oh my god. Oh yeah, I also forgot one thing about the update of my account. Since we're not in the story right now, like it's not that serious yet. Just a sec. As you can see, I'm very close to 6k purple XP books, because I used recently quite a lot for level 90 Klee. I have also 8k for the blue ones, which I'm also gonna need later. I have a fuck ton of Fatui material, a fuck ton of slimes, a fuck ton of mechs, quite a lot of wolves, but not that much. And I'm also slowly grinding this shit. These ones are pain in the ass, these ones are pain in the ass. This one are okay. Fatui ones are the easiest to get. I also grinded quite some for the Illiturals. Actually, I'm gonna need to grind more if I wanna level up my 5 stars. I also finished collecting most of the weekly boss materials, like I'm done with Child, I'm done with Ajda, I'm done with Signora, I'm done with Raiden. I am now busy with the Skara meat and this Dendro Dragon, and also a bit of Wolf. Then I'm gonna do just these two. And I'm also busy finishing this guy. And further, I have pretty much finished every single boss in the game. And I still have the unused crowns which I'm keeping. I already know for which characters. You can see the amount of more I have at the down left corner. It was around 45 million before I leveled up Klee, so yeah. But I'm gonna get it up again. when I'm gonna buy the next battle pass. Also, as you can see here are all my gems, which I either crafted or got from the bosses. Because sometimes I'm very lucky and they drop from the weeklies. Got some new food here. Got all of this shit. Are you in a EU account? Because I am on the Europe server. If technically I won't call myself an experienced player because I don't use 5 stars, but still. My Kazuha is almost built, so I think I can rate him. If I don't really care about the meta, but still. And here, as you can see, I've collected pretty much all the materials for every character in the game. Absolutely every character. Mostly for the 5 stars, which I still need to level up. Then here is my crystal cores amount, which I'm getting pretty much every day from the permanent spots that I chose. As you can see, I also have maxed potatoes and tomatoes and shit. I finally maxed out from all the shops. It really helps me with cooking and stuff, but still, it's quite good to have this much. New comments don't load. Let me see. Let me refresh the stream. These are the artifacts I'm using right now because I'm grinding for the Lewis artifacts. I mean chests. Sorry, chests. So with artifacts, I mean chests. You wrote something with the third time, but it doesn't show on YouTube. Weird. Anyway, I have also some wishes saved. I am around 5 PT after I'll hate them. I have a lot of fragile resin which I'm saving. Also a lot of the money from the TCG, which I actually need to play because I want to get the golden versions of every single waifu that I love in this game. And the other teapot bullshit you know already from the events.
Body and mind.
And there's a challenge here. I think this is the one for the bows, right? Ah, round number. Perfect. Now let me see.
Outrider Amber, reporting.
Well done, girl. Well done.
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
I'm not gonna fight you people. Let's bring Bennett back.
Gonna be epic.
Wow, right away.
Seems like we're in luck. That should be their camp right up ahead. Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves.
Are we gonna beat the shit out of them? Or no?
I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Dehya, why are you here?
Come on guys, what can you do against C6 Jonghyun, bruh?
No, my sword. Ring cutter.
Come on, bro. Come on, get out.
Off we go. I'm going in.
This moment will be frozen in time. Cool it.
Rain outlines your fate.
Freeze. A touch of frost. Forth.
Haven't you all done enough?
Oh, so
Fire.
are you also here to stop us?
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Let me weave you a burst.
Right there, come on.
Let's get it on!
A touch of frost. Cool it.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here.
She's so strong.
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't want to take things too far. Just bring Kusela to me. There's no use hiding him anymore. Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to bash your skull in some more?
All right, everyone. Let's all just calm down for a second. Dehya. The boss can't come out and see you anymore. He died a long time ago.
What?
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
When did he die? What happened to him?
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay in blood for what they...
Let me start from the beginning. Dehya, do you know how the head of the Relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's record. Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, every person in Deshret's Relics were forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters. Whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most
I also
immoral
wanna say,
exploit. The
tomorrow
record
I
served
will
both
stream
as a
Persona
symbol
5
of
Royal.
loyalty
I will
and
Strikers,
perfect
sorry,
material for
Strikers.
blackmail.
We will continue this game and we will finish it.
That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record.
Because there's like
Me,
20 more
Bashar,
games or
Tigridi,
25 more
and all
games
the
that
boys
awaits
who
to
grew
be
up
played
with
on this
Dehya
channel.
ended up joining our ranks.
And I'm gonna play all of
But
them.
you, Dehya, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I never even knew this was a requirement.
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he do? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beaten up as a result.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world, no matter what it took.
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
So, even the blazing beasts were...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again. I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more. His words made no sense to me, but that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters took him from us.
From that point on, the sole purpose of the Khan al-Ahmar became revenge. The big fire that Boss started was quite a blow to headquarters' strength. It's given us the opportunity to launch our attack. Even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end. There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some fled to other brigades, and others escaped to the rainforest. But we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay for what they've done.
We've suffered plenty of losses as well. To keep going, we need an enormous amount of supplies, from food and medicine to weaponry and explosives. All we can do is exchange our loot from Mora, and then use that to get supplies. We forged Boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. Thankfully, many people were willing to come to our aid. We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win many impossible battles. Deshret's relics have become weaker and weaker, and now we finally have an opportunity to directly strike their headquarters.
Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. We do not deserve the freedom that the boss won for us with his life. Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories. Those tales about sacrificing yourself to save the world. We used to always laugh at him for it. But in the end, he really went and lived those stories out himself. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence. But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to come. The spirit of the hero touched all those he had saved, and more people joined his cause. Maybe we were all just acting along with the play in the beginning. But as we acted the parts and recited the lines, we were drawn in. And now, we want to see the story through to the end. I'm sorry, Dehya. I know you always found us insufferable ever since you were young. Just think of this as a madman ranting.
I'll go with you.
Huh? Dehya? You wanna go with them?
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so bad that it's difficult to tell good from evil. All I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed. Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I want to know if my father is still there. I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
Yeah. Paimon feels like we'd only regret it if we don't see this through to the end.
Thank you. We'll be a lot stronger together with you.
I bet Boss would lose his mind if he ever knew you'd join us at the very last moment like this.
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained, we can't afford to turn down someone as powerful as you.
He can think whatever he wants. But the fact is, I owe him this much.
I get it. Oh, we got some books. Let's go. We got more books. Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty far. We gotta teleport. What? Where even is this? You can't even teleport there. Where the fuck even is this place? Okay, I'm gonna go there. Okay, wait a second. I got a few messages. So I gotta answer them first, and then we can...
Now, this is what I call a moment of solitude. It was on a deserted moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Now, this is what I call a moment of solitude. I never embark on a journey without a good book to accompany me. If my calculations are correct, Wanwen Bookhouse is due to receive a batch of new releases today. Might we add a small detour to our adventure? Now, this is what I call a moment of solitude. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Wow. Huh? All will be revealed in the next volume? Oh, drat.
Okay, supposed to be done. It's gonna be a long way. Let's see. It's a buff, so I need to climb up. Come on.
What's the hurry? What's the hurry?
Where the fuck is it? Oh, from there.
What's the hurry?
in much trouble on the way here.
Yeah.
Should be. I don't think they have...
Dendro and Electro. I did not fall asleep, I'm just saying I'm just typing real quick for my friend who is writing me right now. Which is not a good time. Because I'm right in mid of a stream. And we need Electro and Dendro as well. God damn. I have no Dendro characters but except maybe the Traveler. I'll keep Bennett for sure. But Cryo doesn't work here. That's a tough one.
There's still a long road ahead. To the official or Lisa?
Oh, you're taking me out?
Yeah, let's go with that. Why the fuck not? Let's go with Lisa. Hello. Oh, I didn't see you coming just now. I see it. I see it just now. Sorry for the late reaction.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect it to look like this on the inside.
They should all be holed up in here.
Who cares?
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only got one shot left, it could still take us out.
Yeah. We'll know what they're really... Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before...
Yeah.
Oh, we got allies.
You are not welcome.
Of the jungle.
No, I let my guard down. Witness the power of Guba.
Eat this! Eat that!
Buckle up.
How regret.
Propagate. Rain out. outlines your fate. Huh?
A new punch.
Try not to enjoy this too.
I'm going in! Rain cutter!
Come a little closer.
Scatter!
No, my sword! Rain outlines your fate.
Terminate!
You asked for it.
Need.
Let's get it on! Hi!
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Let me read you a verse. No, my sword!
Propagate!
Everybody stand back! I'm getting sick of this game.
You're in for a little shock.
How the fuck do you think you are attacking Lisa?
Rain cutter! No, my sword!
Get the fuck out of here, man. Is there another fucker left?
Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate. Huh?
Let's spark
Get the fuck out of here.
This way, follow me. We're almost there.
Wait! They went charging ahead without checking for any traps!
Hey, you guys okay?
It seems like we just got trapped in here. Don't think we triggered anything else.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
Well, now that things have come to this, seems we'll have to fight our way through.
Don't worry about us. We knew something like this could happen. Go and take a look around. There could still be another way through. Let's go! We can't let the boss down!
Let's check if there's another way! The sooner we can make it through to help them, the better!
Let's see. I think I see a way through over there, but it's being blocked by something. Let's try our luck with that mechanism.
Okay, let's go!
If my calculations are correct, Wanwen Bookhouse is due to receive a batch of new releases today. Might we add a small detour to our adventure?
Is he healed? Yeah, he's healed. Okay, good. Is it another puzzle? That was easy. That was very easy. Ah, shit.
Witness the power. Go.
Spring forth!
No, my sword!
Get the fuck out of here, bruh.
another mechanism like the one before, but this one's being blocked off in the middle.
We just need to adjust it a little.
It's nearly time for afternoon tea.
It's mid in the night. It's no time for tea right now, Lisa.
Today's no good for going out. Did I say that yesterday as well?
Oh shit, there's two of them. Ow. Come on guys, come here. Come here, come on. Come on, come on, get closer.
Going in! Let me weave you a purse. Buckle up! They're dead meat! Cha! Hi! Ra! Cha! Kya!
Scatter!
Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Propagate!
Which way are you going?
Rain outlines your fate. No, my sword! Rain outlines your fate. Let me read.
Surrender and be gentle.
Look alive! Hi! Gloves off! Hi! I'm going in! Here!
Get the fuck out of here.
No, my sword!
Is it another one of the puzzles? Yeah, wait a second. That's perfect. Okay, let me see. No, I'm pretty sure this is correct. That was easy. That was very easy, by the way. Oh, is it the boss area? Are we gonna be the big triangle now?
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side. But as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all expectations.
Don't waste your breath. You have nowhere to run.
Run? Had I wanted to run, I would have fled 1,000 times already. I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics. Even if I could leave this place behind, all that awaits me now are endless days of humiliation and ruin. Even now, my brothers and I still believe in one thing. The greatest should never live to remember their fall.
So you want to go out in a blaze of glory?
Let us draw our weapons! We will show them the true power King Deshret bestowed upon his followers. They are but two, while we hold within ourselves the entirety of the relic's glory. Wave 1, charge! Eliminate them!
Oh, jeez.
Propagate!
No, my sword! Rain cutter!
Where do you think you're?
How heartless! You asked for it!
Don't think that you've won. We're just getting started.
suffer. Witness the power.
Now you're testing my patience.
Ow. That hurt.
Everybody stand back! Ow! Why do they never miss?
Ow.
Propagate!
Again.
Rain outlines your fate.
King Dehya will not abandon any one of his followers.
Terminate!
Ow.
Let's light it up!
Is that all you got?
Let's get it on! Gloves off! I'm
Will. Again.
Teamwork is true!
Surrender an allegiance.
Scatter!
Brothers! This is where we prove our faith.
You all just wanna die?
None of us plan to leave this place alive!
Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword. Your wings and raise Let me lead you Where do you think you're
Oh god. Oh, is that?
Propagate!
It's these two fuckers.
Spring forth!
Look alive! You asked for it.
Lord of Sand, your sacrifice is ready.
Ow. My god.
Let's light it up! Off we go! Everybody stand! Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power. Goodbye.
Pound into the... The golden slumber.
The commander has finally fallen.
But they're still coming at us! This place is like a gladiator's ring. They just keep coming no matter how many we beat!
Yes, keep fighting! There's no need to fear, and no need to back down! This is our last stand!
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that high platform.
Get out of my way!
Come and face me, Michel! So they've broken through the front as well.
Apologies, Lord Michel. They fight like absolute madmen! No matter how much we throw at them, they just keep coming for more!
So, it would seem like this is the end.
Time to pay for everything you've done, Michel.
You think I would give you that opportunity? I will be buried in the sand, alongside all the rest of our fading glory.
Hey, wait!
Man, the cutscenes are barely loading.
We were too late.
It's over. There's no more need to fight. But if you're still going to cling on to your so-called mercenary's pride, then I'll give you all a good beating as well.
Hey, Dehya! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Let's go.
Man, we managed to do this. But I gotta heal all of them later. Oh, chest. Chest, let's go.
Who are you filthy rats? And why are you always pestering us?
You call yourself a member of the infamous Deshret's relics and you still can't even tell who's made it all the way to your headquarters?
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all just show up on the other side instead. How are we supposed to figure out what you're after?
Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela?
Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge or anything.
This is your last chance to talk.
Hey, I said I don't know any... I'm just a member here. I'm telling the truth. If you're here to find someone, why don't you look through the records yourselves? Who can remember every name and face with so many people coming in and out every day?
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others, it wasn't even worth remembering. Where's the records room? Answer me.
Hello?
It's right over there. All the files are in there. You can go through them as much as you want.
Okay,
it's
you
not
can
like
still hear
it
me good.
matter anyway.
I thought
I
PlayStation
mean
took it
the
out.
old records room.
The old records room? You mean the one that got burned down? Kusela. Ah, yeah, I remember him now. The guy who could hardly walk. Watch your mouth. That's our boss you're talking about. He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in. But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started a fire in the records room. He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud. And after that, Deshret's relics fell into complete disarray.
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us here is perfectly aware of what he had done. Tell me, where is the old records room?
It's just over there. Go see it for yourself if it means that much to you. There's nothing left in there but ashes. No human could ever survive that kind of inferno. Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. We'll leave the others here to guard these guys. Spare them no mercy if they try anything.
It's nearly time for afternoon tea. Why not keep me company for a while? There'll be plenty of time for work later.
So, this was his final destination. How did he do it? Getting past all the guards with a limp and sneaking in here to start a fire? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here after starting the fire, right?
Dehya.
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking. Let's look around. Maybe we can find something that's been left behind.
Is this a cane? It must be the one that Dehya's father used.
Kusela.
Thanks for everything, boss.
We're fortunate to somehow find that cane after that fire.
Let's split up and look around some more. What if something else has been left behind?
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Huh?
Oh, it's a cutscene.
Thought so.
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
The dragon is
Aww, it's
but
more
Princess
Dehya.
Dehya has slain it. Its head now
Aww.
hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all. Dehya, come on. This is the most important line.
You can do it.
But Dehya, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
Aww. So sad. Jesus fucking Christ.
What's this?
remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money. And Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable thing to say. These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat you to a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy. Hey, come on! Paimon's not that stingy. Anyway, the point is that you should eat to your heart's content. You'll feel better for sure once you've gotten something in your tummy. Junior Azad will also be here shortly. She's already heard that we're back.
Aw, thanks you two. Honestly, this is very unlike me. I just had a lot on my mind on our way back, so I didn't know what to say. My chest was filled with all kinds of intense emotions. They just shook me even more than all the feelings we've shared during our previous adventures. But when everything came to an end, those emotions also vanished without a trace, and I was left feeling more empty than ever before. It was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me. Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important thing in the world. But perhaps to us, it's the most worthless thing of all. Idrisi and the others all used to say that they would quit if there was no Mora to be had. But when it came to avenging my father, there was no Mora to be made anywhere. My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Am I any different? Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to such lengths to find out the truth, and nearly even shed tears for his sake. We're hypocrites, all of us. Yeah, you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize our true feelings after it's already too late.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Ah, there she is!
Yeah. Many people from the Corps of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up everything with my dad. All I can do now is wait for their verdict. Huh? Dehya, you're looking quite down again.
Paimon will explain. A lot happened while we were gone.
Is it gonna be black screen? Yes, it's gonna be black screen again.
I'm sorry. I really should have controlled my emotions better. I just...
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told, I'm starting to feel a little guilty watching you cry like this.
Dehya, your pain must be even worse. You shouldn't need to comfort me.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, this whole thing has finally shown me the difference between illusion and reality. My father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to a new environment. That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. It's like saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to accept it. This impulse brought me great turmoil, and even made me feel ashamed for turning my back on your father's kindness. But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense. The desert sands are a part of who I am, and I will never be able to lead a peaceful existence.
I understand how you feel.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. As an example, I'm now thinking about taking on some small odd jobs. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become a character in his play. Even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous, it won't really matter.
Isn't that neat, though? Oh, you'll be a whole new kind of mercenary, one that's not out for Mora. Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating? What about stopping by the Grand Bazaar again?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along too.
I can't thank you enough for taking care of me this entire time.
Okay, before we go there, let me heal first. Anyone healed? Yes, everyone healed. Perfect.
This will be interesting.
That was a pain in the ass of a domain. I should have just kept my original team.
Present.
Why did they listen to that fucking domain thing, what they said? Why would I listen to it?
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Wow. Huh? All will be revealed in the next volume? Oh, drat. Time to act. Body and mind.
That's an items house, if I remember correctly.
Body and mind. Time to act.
Yeah. Are we gonna meet Neil or not?
Oh, this rug here is quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite, and the fabric is also of high quality.
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Hey! Aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue? You can still talk? Wait, are you here to take revenge on us?
What are you talking about? Do I look like I could take you all in a fight? I just came here to give you something. I'll be on my way to give myself up to the Corps after this. Once I woke up, I hurried to the Khan al-Ahmar's camp, hoping to alert them to your presence. But when I got there, I found no one except the members who were still too injured to move.
Ah, so you probably got there after us.
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves into the authorities. Even that last camp was not going to last for much longer. I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me, and told me that it contained some of the old man's last possessions. Everything left in the camp will get confiscated, so I figured I should get this to you before the Corps could get their hands on it.
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone for it.
So this box contains everything that Dehya's father left behind. Huh. It feels lighter than expected.
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like drinks and meat. But let's see what's inside. What's this? It's just a bunch of junk. Ugh, kinda stinks.
Perhaps it's just been left unopened for too long.
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The paper's already yellowed, and it looks like it's about to fall apart. It was against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use. If he was going to break that rule, he could have at least copied something useful.
That probably means this was really important to him.
Ah, and here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's completely deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. He'd always say that he got them for me, but in the end, he always ate more than I ever did. Who even leaves snacks in a box like this anyway? Isn't that just common sense? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, some buttons, some round iron tiles, a wooden toy puppet, a wool scarf, which from the looks of it probably belonged to a woman, and a hair clip? Why are these things here?
I'm suddenly feeling a little scared.
I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. He probably saw this box as some kind of personal trash heap and dumped any and everything in there. 2 empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
Huh? There's something in the bottle!
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't smudge. I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't really matter. To Dehya. It's a letter for me? It's all right. I'll just read it out. If he went to the trouble of writing a letter, there must have been some important things that he wanted to say. Or at least record down.
My condition's becoming worse and worse. can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. Guess I don't have many days left. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone. You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of whether you were crying or laughing, everyone enjoyed having you in the group. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably Idrisi's fault. He was never up to any good.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger at himself.
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that I was never your father to begin with.
Wait, what?
Surely, he must be joking, right?
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main. Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny bit of effort, I felt I could rule over the entire desert. But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day, and discovered a baby in the sands. It was you. You were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that if the wind blew for just a little while longer, you would have been buried forever. But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. Now that I think of it, you really were a bundle of energy.
Sounds like he's serious.
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I really had no other choice. I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a father. At this rate, I'll puke up all the liquor I just drank from this bottle. Anyway, Dehya, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
That's the end of the letter. In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child. I suppose, or I would have suffocated under the sand a long time ago.
He was a good father to you. The fact that he wasn't a blood relative doesn't change that.
Yeah. It's just a pity that we had to learn the truth of everything like this.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision that he wanted you to make?
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me. I just have one wish. To tell them a story. That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold. And that only under his care was I able to grow and mature into the person I am today.
If you end up finding any leads, can you share them with us? We go on adventures all the time. Maybe we'll be able to find some information for you.
Sure, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
I'll help too.
Thank you. All of you. Thank you so much. My life has certainly had its twists and turns, but I've always considered myself lucky. Because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded by incredible kindness.
Ah. Yay, we did it. Let's go. Hey, Doga. Nice, a round number again. Perfect. Too bad I can't pet you, man. Too bad. Too bad. That was a good story. Very sad.
This realm is...
Yes, level 9.
If you ever...
Let's go, one more. And you're still at 6. I will get you there. Let's see. So we did this quest. Then there is also the Yoimiya's quest. The Baiju's quest. And hang a fan with Layla. I don't really care much about Baiju, but I will play it for sure. I heard Yoimiya's quest is very good. But two pyros after each other is not really fine in my opinion. So the next thing we're gonna do is the Layla's thing. But it's not gonna be in this stream. It's gonna be in the next one. Also I have a lot of missions to do and finish, as you can see. A lot of them. I will finish them for sure, that's fine. They gotta do them before Fontaine. That's for sure. Because Fontaine is gonna bring even more shit. Then I will have endless shit. Not that I don't like the game, I'm just saying that I have a lot of stuff to do. And catch up on. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully I see you tomorrow by the Persona 5 Strikers. It's gonna be a long stream, a long one. And I'm gonna start much earlier. So yeah,
I never embark on a journey without a
good night or have a good
me.
day, and see you later guys.